Dobie, look at this! A new mode in Roblox. Stepfather's house. Judging by the description, it's a real horror. You'll definitely like it.
Sounds creepy. Let's give it a try, Sheriff. What do we have to lose?
Hello, subscribers. We have arrived at our stepfather's creepy house. I hope this horror game is really scary. I love scary quests. As I read, only 5% of people have completed this mode. It's very creepy.
Yes, guys. Hello, everyone. Labrador, I'm feeling uneasy. Maybe we should try another mode? My friend said they couldn't sleep at night because they played this mode.
Are you ready for a real survival challenge? Let's dive into this atmosphere of horror and adrenaline together.
We just entered this gloomy house, and I already feel chills running down my spine. The house looks very realistic and scary, with dark corners and strange sounds coming from everywhere. Our task will be to survive here, despite all the dangers that might be lurking around.
So, the main idea of the mode is this. We are in our stepfather's house, who is still behaving normally for now. However, soon a mysterious hypnotist arrives, who turns our stepfather into a real monster. Our goal is to survive, avoiding him and finding food and water to keep our strength up.
When the hypnotist appears, the most terrifying part begins. Our stepfather changes right before our eyes. His face becomes rigid, and his eyes are filled with rage. From this moment on, the house turns into a real battlefield for survival. We must move quietly and cautiously to avoid attracting his attention.
The house has numerous rooms, each of which can conceal both dangers and life-saving resources. In the kitchen, we can find food. In the pantry, water. But all this needs to be obtained quietly because every step we take can attract the attention of our stepfather. Our actions must be carefully planned out.
We've found several strategies that have helped us survive. For example, hiding in closets or under beds when we hear our stepfather's footsteps. We also try to take food and water in small portions to avoid leaving traces. Our main goal is not to be caught and to hold out for as long as possible.
The most interesting thing about this mode is the constant tension. You never know when the stepfather will appear around the corner or when your food supply will run out. Dobie and I have learned to work as a team to cope with these challenges. One of us keeps watch while the other gathers resources. This way, we've managed to survive longer.
Moreover, the house is full of mysteries and hidden places. We've discovered secret passages and hideouts that have helped us avoid dangers. This makes the game even more engaging and immersive. Every time we open a new room, there's something new waiting for us.
Dobie, I understand you're not afraid anymore, right? You always go first, and my character is already very tired. It seems like we need to turn off all the lights in the house, so he'll think we've gone to bed. But we're not going to sleep, are we, Dobie? We're not little anymore.
Okay, let's go watch the news on TV. That person who came to our father looked very scary. I hope he's just a regular passerby and not a hypnotist.
Do you see? This is an urgent message from the FBI. They want to tell us something. Oh no, not this. It's a message about that hypnotist. Dobie, stop. Don't go there.
We need to help him. I'll go and help our father. After all, we must save him. We're like sheriffs.
Dobie, stop. I said. It's written here that he can't be saved anymore. Everyone who looks into his eyes gets hypnotized. There's no way to help him now. But we can save him by living in his house and guarding him. After all, we're sheriff brothers. I believe in us and that we can save him and stop the evil hypnotist.
It's awful. Has our father turned evil because of the hypnosis?
Yes, it seems so. And the scariest part is, they warn that our father's house has become a dangerous place. We need to be careful if we decide to go there.
You're right. We have to do something. Our father is in danger.
You're right, Dobie. We can't just sit back and do nothing, but we have to be extremely cautious. It seems that to survive in this house, we'll need to be very quiet. Father has become sensitive to noise. We must walk quietly, eat and drink water quietly, even fix the generator quietly to have light and electricity. Alarm, 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 Dobie. He's coming to us. Quickly lie down and close the door. If Father comes and sees that we're not asleep, he might kill us.
Quiet, Labrador. He might hear us. Or is he deaf? Hey, can you hear me? He seems to be deaf and doesn't hear voices. We're very lucky. I hope he won't come to us a second time. I remembered another similar situation. Labrador, you'll remember it too. It was a dark night when Labrador and I heard strange sounds coming from the hospital on the outskirts of town. We decided to investigate and headed there to find out what was going on.
Approaching the hospital, we noticed that all the windows were covered with thick fabric and the doors seemed to be locked. but we managed to find a way inside through the back door, which was open.
As we cautiously made our way through the hospital corridors, our noses began to tell us that something was amiss. Suddenly, out of the darkness, a huge skunk in a bandit mask leaped at us. It made us wonder, why was he here?
The skunk turned out to be a nasty bandit who wanted to force everyone out of the hospital. He stunk it up with his terrible odor. But we weren't about to leave. Instead, we decided to confront this villain.
We had to use all of our skills and cunning to stand up to this villain. We fought him despite his foul attacks, and eventually managed to force him to leave the hospital.
The skunk was caught, and the hospital was saved from his evil plans. Dobie and I realized that even in the darkness of night, justice always prevails when there are true sheriffs ready to defend their town. Dobie, remember that tough battle with the hypnotist snake? Those memories will always live in our hearts.
Of course, Labrador, it was a tough fight. The hypnotist snake was a true master of hypnosis. She robbed banks, created chaos, and terrorized our town, and we fought her quite unsuccessfully.
I remember standing against her, our eyes burning with determination, but her power was too great. She ensnared us with her hypnotic loops, and we felt our thoughts slipping away from our control.
We tried to resist her, Labrador, believe me, but when you see your friends and neighbors under her influence, your strength wanes. You don't know what to do.
You speak truly, Dobie. We felt our struggle was hopeless, but we didn't give up. We gathered all our strength, skills, and wisdom to find a way to defeat this villain.
And though that time we couldn't overcome the hypnotist snake, we didn't abandon our mission. We continued to train, hone our skills, and prepare ourselves for the next encounter. We know that one day we will defeat her and restore peace to our town.
But we didn't give up, Dobie. We knew our town needed us, and one fine day we devised a plan to catch that snake.
Yes, Labrador, we created a trap that would attract her attention. We placed a fake safe filled with aromatic bones right in the town square and waited.
It didn't take a day for the hypnotist snake to spot our trap and succumb to temptation. She approached the safe, and at that moment, we closed her inside.
We were sure victory was ours, Labrador, but she demonstrated her cunning and strength once again, trying to escape. However, thanks to our teamwork and careful planning, we were able to finally capture her.
And so, at last, the hypnotist snake was caught and brought to justice. We restored peace and tranquility to our town, and all the residents were grateful to us. It was a tough but crucial moment in our history. I remembered a moment in the life of Sheriff Labrador. It was an ordinary day when suddenly a call came in. The voice on the other end of the line conveyed information that one of the patients from the psychiatric clinic had escaped. Sensing the tension instantly, I called my faithful partner, Dobie, and we headed to the clinic. Upon arrival, we were greeted by hustle and bustle. After receiving additional information about the escapee, we began the hunt. Driving through the streets of the town, we searched every corner, hoping to find some trace that would lead us to him. Soon, we received information that someone had seen the patient near the forested area. We immediately headed in that direction. Upon arrival, we began searching the surroundings, following faint hints of his presence. Feeling the tension and adrenaline, we made our way through dense bushes and trees, trying to find the patient. And then, after a few minutes, we found him sitting on the ground, clenching his fists and breathing heavily.
We approached slowly, maintaining calmness and confidence. I spoke to him in a soft voice, trying to calm him down and convince him to return to the clinic. My speech was filled with compassion and understanding, and I did everything possible to make the patient feel safe. With Sheriff Labrador's help, we persuaded him to return, promising that he would receive the necessary help and care. We escorted him back to the clinic, where he was received by medical professionals.
Dobie, I think it's time we check the cameras again. Remember, our goal is to find Father and avoid falling under his influence.
Understood, Labrador. I'm already checking the cameras on the second floor. I don't see anything yet. But it's so strange. How could Father fall under the hypnotist's influence?
It's indeed a mystery, Dobie. But right now, our task is to survive and prevent him from finding us. He's likely to head to the kitchen soon.
We need to be ready for that. We have food and water supplies in the hideout, but I'm afraid they're running low.
Don't worry, Dobie, we'll manage. We can survive on these supplies for some time yet. The main thing is not to panic.
Understood, Labrador. I still can't believe how we ended up in this situation. But you're right. Panicking will only hinder us.
Oh no! He's running towards us. And I forgot to drink water and have a snack. Looks like we're done for, Dobie. thanks everyone for watching this stream.
I've already lost. I'll try again next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Hello, dear friends. Today we are going to try to escape from Catnap Berry's prison.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. On our way, we will face challenging yet exciting obstacles. We will also have to fight the main boss of this prison. So, let's get started.
First, we need to escape from the cell through the ventilation system. Luckily, our police station is much more secure and well-planned.
I agree. If our station wasn't so modern and secure, the number of escapes would increase significantly, and it would be much harder to catch criminals.
It looks like we need to press this button to activate the parkour. I can't even imagine why they would build a parkour course in the prison's ventilation system.
Maybe it's all designed to give the smartest prisoners a chance to escape. And at the end, they get an invitation to work at a government scientific lab.
Quick, press the button and go around him. Considering how chubby he is, he'll never catch us. So, where were we? I'd lean more towards the theory that this was all built by Mr. Beast, and he's filming another massive video involving lots of people and animals. Although we don't seem to remember how we got here.
Great, we got away from the pot-bellied police officer, but that wasn't too difficult.
Better not celebrate too early, or we might slip on the pipe and land right back in his paws.
We go back into the ventilation shaft. Hopefully Freddy doesn't jump out from around the corner.
Oops, we ended up in the men's restroom. Let's try not to get into an awkward situation.
Someone didn't flush the toilet. Guys, make sure to flush after yourselves.
Oh, a hidden tunnel in the restroom. Great, grab the shovel and let's put our natural instincts to use.
Main thing is not to dig like this in Minecraft.
Well, we didn't fall into lava, lucky us, but ahead I see a parkour course that looks very unsafe.
Sheriff Labrador, I think this will be a very easy parkour for you, since we all know you're a natural-born parkourist.
It's true, Dobie. Thank you for believing in me, but I wasn't born a natural parkourist. I learned it through hard work and dedication back when I was in school. I've already shared this story in detail in another one of our videos. If you haven't heard about it, make sure to check out our other videos. It's a really interesting story.
Did you see? Looks like a giant boulder rolled down there. We need to be more careful.
I understand. Looks like a boulder is rolling towards us right now. There are spots here not by accident to dodge it.
Got it. We're almost there. This is the last time.
I kind of like this place. There are cool fountain waterfalls here. I'm sure it's very hot outside this location.
Right now, I just feel the horror of this place. We're currently in a cave beneath the prison.
I wonder where we're heading up to. I think one of the mini-bosses is waiting nearby. We've come quite far from our prison cell.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to encounter Dog Day too. Let's hide in that room.
It seems we need to press this lever to open the gates.
Oh no, he caught us. I hope we won't have to start everything over again.
No, the gates are open, so everything is saved and we can proceed further.
He's faster than us. I hope he doesn't catch up to us now.
Dobie, remember that game we played last summer? The one where we investigated a series of robberies in the megacity?
Of course, Lab. It was incredibly exciting. We felt like real detectives, and every time we managed to solve the next crime, it felt heroic.
Exactly. Remember when we caught that bandit hiding in the dark alleys? It was a real challenge, but thanks to our teamwork, we pulled through.
Cop games have always been our favorites. We can really get into character and act like true, law-abiding crime fighters.
Plus, these games help us not only have fun, but also improve our teamwork. We learn to trust each other, coordinate actions, and make quick decisions in tough situations.
And it's a great way to unwind after a stressful day on duty. We can relax, forget about daily worries, and dive into an exciting gaming world.
And let's not forget how we sometimes hilariously react to funny situations in the game. I'll never forget the time you almost got stuck in a window trying to catch a thief.
Well, Lab, I can't wait for us to meet up again tonight and embark on a new adventure. As a team, we can solve any puzzle and keep the city safe.
Absolutely, Dobie. Together, we're unstoppable.
It seems we need to go up into the ventilation. We'll need a ladder. I think it's in the storeroom.
Exactly. Good guess. I remembered a story about how we saved our planet and even became astronauts for it. It was a quiet evening when a strange signal came through the radio in our cozy town on Earth. Dobie and I immediately sensed something was wrong. The voice of an engineer from the Space Center informed us of a terrible threat. The moon had veered off its orbit and was heading towards Earth.
We exchanged looks and without hesitation made a decision. We had to take action. The next few days were spent in intensive astronaut training courses. Who would have thought that ordinary sheriffs like us would be tasked with saving the planet in space?
Meanwhile, our engineers weren't sitting idle. They developed a special device. a powerful rocket engine that could be installed on the surface of the moon to alter its trajectory.
Finally, launch day arrived. We donned specially made spacesuits and, together with a team of specialists, lifted off towards the moon. At that moment, I felt like part of something extraordinary. Our mission to save humanity.
After a difficult and tense flight, we successfully landed on the moon. Our paws trembled with excitement as we began to install the rocket engine. This was our chance to avert disaster.
With each passing minute, our confidence grew. Carefully, we activated the engine and began to adjust the moon's orbit. The strength of our unity and determination was our greatest weapon in this incredible situation.
Finally, the mission was accomplished. Dobie and I left the moon on a new trajectory that no longer posed a threat to Earth.
Meanwhile, Labrador, you and I have turned 3 valves and are already rushing to the next challenge.
Crawling through the vents again. There are too many of them on this map. I'm tired of them already.
I understand how you feel, but hang in there just a little bit longer. I can already sense that the next boss is close.
Dobie, do you know which game all these characters we're encountering in this place are from?
Of course I know, Lab. What a question. It's not a game, but the amazing Digital Circus series. I'm eagerly awaiting the next episode. But one thing puzzles me. I don't recall Catnap and Dog Day being there. It seems the creator of this place decided to merge several universes into one, which makes it so interesting to meet characters from different games in one place.
Wow, where did we fall? Are we right at the boss already?
It looks like you're right, Labrador. Oh no, he spotted us. Quick, grab the food Zuka and blast him in the face.
In principle, we're faster than him, so he won't cause us any trouble.
Let's make him swallow this pineapple. He deserves it.
Interesting idea. If this bazooka had an infinite supply of food, that would indeed be very convenient. It could be used not only for defense, but also as a food creator for the whole day. A great cost-saving measure.
Yeah, it would be great if you could choose the food it shoots. I would always go for chips. Too bad they're bad for your health.
His HP is already very low. We almost got him.
Let's do this.
Hooray! We did it. Great job, Dobie.
Oh, why is he so scary?
It's interesting how he exploded. We flew several dozen meters away. Honestly, I even felt a little sorry for him, as he was so slow and helpless.
But that's just a diversion to make us relax and not handle the final boss. So let's gather all our strength and move forward to the next challenge.
It's a pity we didn't bring the sled. You're right. Let's not pay attention to it. It was just another challenge.
Let's tell the guys another amazing story to keep ourselves entertained on the way to the final boss. It was an ordinary day when we received an unexpected call at our station. On the other end of the line was a little turtle boy who was crying and pleading for help. He was lost in the sewer and couldn't find his way out. Labrador and I quickly gathered our gear and set out to rescue him.
As we navigated through the dark tunnels, we encountered some angry crocodiles. They clearly weren't happy to see us, but instead of fighting, we decided to try negotiating.
I stepped forward and explained the situation. The leader of the crocodiles, old and wise, listened to us and decided to help. He warned us about the dangers, but allowed us to pass.
We found the little turtle boy, trembling with fear, and guided him to the surface. The crocodiles kept their word and didn't harm us.
That story really warmed my heart. But you know what, Labrador? I can already feel that we're about to face the final boss. Are you ready for it?
Of course, Dobie. We're sheriffs. We're always ready for this.
Something I don't see the food Zuka in the inventory. I hope we get a weapon.
And here he is. Well, hello, Barry Catnap. It's time to battle you.
Catch this banana.
Dobie, it looks like we need to shoot not food into his mouth, but at his weapons. His minigun hands. I think they'll explode and trigger a chain reaction, causing the robot to explode.
Not a bad theory, Lab. Let's put it to the test.
Let's start shooting at the right hand, or rather, from his perspective, the left hand.
We're doing really well. One arm is already damaged.
By the way, while we're shooting at his arms and his HP is decreasing, it does mean that my theory is correct and we're doing everything right.
Victory is close. Half of the HP of the second arm is gone too. Let's push harder.
I'm getting tired already, to be honest. I wish they could give us a more powerful weapon.
Yeah, we did it. I hope we won't get thrown a kilometer away this time.
Another place completed in Roblox. Thanks, Dobie, for your help.
Thank you, too. It was an unforgettable adventure. Let's get out of this cursed prison as soon as possible.
We just need to get into this truck, and then we'll accomplish our goal. That means it's time to finish. Thanks, everyone, for watching. If you enjoyed our escape today, be sure to comment on who else we should escape from. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
See you soon.
Greetings to everyone on our channel, friends. This is Sheriff Labrador back with you again, along with my trusty partner, Sheriff Dobie. Today we have something special for you. We are diving into the terrifyingly exciting Roblox mode called Escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria.
Hello, everyone. Imagine this. You're trapped in an abandoned pizzeria where danger lurks around every corner. The main goal is to escape from this grim place, but be careful. A creepy chef, Papa Pizza, is hot on your heels, cooking his horrifying pizzas out of human parts. Yes, you heard that right. This will be a true test of agility and wits.
Dobie, tell everyone what they have to overcome.
Oh yes, guys. This will be a real challenge. You will need to solve puzzles, avoid traps, and run as fast as you can to avoid falling into the hands of this insane chef. But don't worry, Labrador and I will be there to help you every step of the way.
So, are you ready for this incredible adventure? Then make yourselves comfortable, brace your nerves, and let's see if we can escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria together.
Oh no, Labrador, where's the light? I think Papa Pizza is chasing us. Hide, Labrador! We need to act quickly and precisely because Papa Pizza is right on our heels.
Oh, guys, he's right behind us. Do you see those scary eyes and that creepy apron? Papa Pizza is making his horrific pizzas, and he wants to add us to the menu. We need to find an exit immediately.
Exactly, Labrador. Listen carefully, guys. To save ourselves, we need to find a hole in the floor and jump into it. It's our only chance to escape this crazy chef. Let's move quickly. Time is running out.
Excellent. We did it, guys. We're safe. This time. But stay alert. There are always new challenges in this game. Thanks for being with us, and see you in the next adventure.
Woo! That was creepy, but we made it. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button and let us know in the comments which modes you'd like to see next time.
We are now in, yes, the stinky sewers. Oh, what a terrible stench here. But we have no choice, guys, to get out of here. We need to climb up through the hatch. The problem is that waiting for us above is none other than the evil Papa Pizza.
Exactly, Labrador. The hatch leads straight into the bathroom, and Papa Pizza is already there, ready to grab us. But we have a plan. First, we need to find the hatch and carefully climb up, and then we'll try to outsmart him.
Do you see ahead? There should be a hatch. Be careful and watch every step to avoid traps. Dobie, do you think we can outsmart Papa Pizza?
Of course, Labrador. We need to be smarter and faster. Guys, as soon as we climb up through the hatch, be ready to react quickly. We need to immediately figure out how to bypass Papa Pizza and escape.
All right, Dobie, let's give it a try. There's the hatch. I see it. Is everyone ready? Let's climb up. Carefully. Quietly. That's it. We're almost there.
Oh no, he's here. Run, guys, faster. We need to find a way out of this bathroom and bypass Papa Pizza. Labrador, where to next?
We made it through that scary web. But how did Papa Pizza even become Papa Spider? Ouch! We stepped on a spike. We'll have to start over from the beginning.
We're currently navigating a trap with spikes, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught in them.
Yes, Dobie, this is definitely not the place you want to get stuck. Watch your step, guys, and move away from these ominous spikes. We can do this together. Stick together.
After this trap, we'll face another challenge. We have to navigate a parkour across old pipes that could collapse at any moment. Be careful, guys, and help each other out.
Don't doubt it, we'll do this together. Hold hands and move forward. Nothing will stop us in this deadly race against time.
By the way, Labrador, do you remember that time when we tackled this mode as part of a 6-person sheriff squad?
Of course I remember. It was an exciting adventure. We fought against the clock, solved puzzles, and supported each other every step of the way. And remember what we promised to the one who would complete the level first?
Yes, we promised a prize and the trophy for the best sheriff. But you know, in the end, we all made it together and shared that victory.
Exactly, Dobie. It's important to remember that strength lies in unity. We can achieve great heights when we're together. So stick together, friends, and together we can overcome all obstacles.
We just escaped from the pizzeria with the terrifying chef. Phew, that wasn't easy. We're currently in a room with lasers, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught by them.
Yes, Dobie, these lasers can be a real trap, but we'll manage, because we've already been through a lot. Let's move together and help each other out.
After this room, we'll face another challenge. We'll have to get into the freezer of this pizzeria and find a way out from there. But be careful, guys. There might be hidden dangers there.
Don't worry, we'll be together and help each other overcome any difficulties. Let's move forward and defeat this horror.
Also, Labrador, remember that time when we responded to a call from a school kid? He said the ice cream man was poisoning everyone through his ice cream and demanding huge amounts of money for the antidote.
Of course I remember. It was a real challenge for us, but thanks to our unity and teamwork, we were able to save everyone from this madness. It's important to remember that when we're together, we're strong.
Exactly, Labrador. Let's apply this principle in this game, too. Together, we'll overcome all obstacles. Be sure of it, guys.
By all means, we're ready for it. We received a call to the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It was one of the most memorable cases in our sheriff career.
Yes, Labrador. That day was a real trial for us. The head security guard of the pizzeria called us, and his face was pale with horror. He said he saw on camera how Freddy Fazbear started moving, which was very strange, considering that he usually stands still.
Dobie and I immediately assembled our team and headed to the scene. Upon arrival, we were prepared for anything. Our task was to evacuate everyone from the pizzeria and keep an eye on Freddy Fazbear to prevent any danger.
When we entered the pizzeria, we felt a strange atmosphere. The air was filled with tension, and we knew something was wrong. We started evacuating the visitors and staff, reassuring them that it was just a precaution.
But when everyone was safe, our team began monitoring Freddy Fazbear. He started moving, leaving his usual place, which made us remain constantly vigilant. We watched him, ready to intervene at any moment.
Finally, Freddy Fazbear returned to his place, and we were able to relax. That day showed us how important it is to be prepared for any situation, even the most unexpected. Thanks to our team and actions in the critical moment, we were able to prevent anything.
Exactly, Dobie. It was a real challenge, but we made it. We had an amazing story that happened yesterday. Both I and my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie, suddenly found ourselves drawn into an incredible adventure that began right at our home.
Yes, Labrador, yesterday was a real climax. Both of us, tired after a hard day's work, went to bed, unaware of what awaited us. But our peace was suddenly interrupted by a strange light and the hum of UFO engines outside the window.
We both woke up from this strange sound and looked out the window to see what was happening. And what did we see? Hovering above our houses was a huge UFO, like something out of alien movies.
It was scary and exciting at the same time. But before we could do anything, we were both taken on this UFO. Before us was an incredible sight. We found ourselves inside the alien spaceship.
And that's when our real adventure began. The aliens made us go through various trials and puzzles to escape from this ship. It was like we were in a real escape Papa Pizza's pizzeria mode, only with aliens instead of a pizzeria.
Labrador and I worked together to overcome all the trials the aliens threw at us. Thanks to our unity and ingenuity, we managed to find a way out of this cosmic labyrinth and return home.
And when we found ourselves back on Earth, we felt like true heroes. It was one of the most incredible days of our lives, which we'll never forget. You never know what might happen, friends, so be prepared for anything.
Yes, we've gone through all the trials Papa Pizza threw at us, and it seemed like we were close to freedom. All that was left was to climb to the top of this sewer and escape from this cursed building. But, oh no, just when we thought our mission was almost complete, another trial awaits us ahead. A scary forest where Papa Pizza awaits us, ready to catch us and turn us into his next pizza topping.
This truly sounds terrifying, Dobie, but we have no choice but to gather all our strength and act together. We've overcome many dangers, and this forest won't be an exception.
Absolutely, Labrador. We must remain resolute and not let fear overcome us. Forward, friends. Together, we can overcome any obstacles and reach the end of this adventure.
Yes, Dobie, you're right. Let's go, guys. Stick together, follow us, and be prepared for anything. We'll meet Papa Pizza and show him that sheriffs don't give up so easily.
All that's left is to climb onto these boxes, and yes, we managed to escape from the evil Papa Pizza. Labrador, how did you manage to get through this dark forest maze? I was really scared when I saw him coming after us. Did you hear? When we jumped over the fence, he cried. I even felt sorry for him. How will he cook pizzas now?
Do you feel sorry for him? Remember what he makes his pizzas from. I think now he realizes that pizza should be made from simple ingredients, not from humans. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.
Yes, you're right. Goodbye, everyone. Hello, dear friends. Today, we're going to escape from an evil dog in Roblox. It's right behind me, but it's asleep, so we're safe for now.
Hello, everyone. Ahead of us are thrilling challenges and boss battles. By the way, if you know the name of this dog, be sure to write it in the comments.
Sheriff Labrador, let's jump on his belly.
Let's do it, but we need to be ready in case he wakes up.
Don't worry about that. I think he stuffed himself and watched TV all night.
It seems we need to get to the ventilation, but there's a small parkour course. Good thing I've been practicing parkour since school.
Oh no, you broke his mom's favorite vase. It seems like he's sleeping soundly. I hope he doesn't notice the shards when he wakes up.
We'll quickly sneak through and escape.
Great, now we need to overcome this giant room.
I see some metal platforms ahead. We need to press the button.
What do you think these trials are for in this dog's house? I don't think he's the one going through them, although they would be good physical exercises, which promote health.
Wow, look, it's a zip line. I used to ride one of these when I was a kid. Maybe it's all to ensure that no one can reach him and disturb his sleep. But here we are, trying to escape from him. Why he kidnapped us is indeed strange.
Look, he has a wife and kids. Why haven't we seen them?
And on the picture on the left, his friend is depicted Talking Tom.
I have a theory that we've entered a universe of talking animals. Perhaps this is a kind of hell, because no one would like to be forced to talk, especially to say exactly what you don't want.
Exactly. And that's why he built these trials, to get as far away as possible from the fate of endless talking. Now we just need to find the others and figure out why we were kidnapped.
That's a possibility. It could be that they kidnapped us to replace them in conversations, so they can be free. Or perhaps they feed on other animals, and that gives them the ability to talk.
Or maybe they're just a little bit crazy.
This option is worth considering too. Let's focus on getting out of here and finding out what's really going on.
It looks like we need to climb into the ventilation system. This is the transition to the next location. Hopefully we'll encounter some new characters along the way.
It seems you're right. There's Talking Tom standing there.
Oops, he fell.
Get ready to run. I don't think he has good intentions.
Have you ever seen the Tom with red eyes? He looks like he's ready to flatten us like pancakes.
It feels like he's about to shoot lasers from his eyes. What if he really can do more than just talk? We'd need some interesting superpowers for detaining suspects then.
Why did he hide around the corner? Did he think he wasn't visible?
Perhaps he's a little dumb or just sleepy and not very spatially aware.
He has such funny teeth like a child's. You know, for some reason, he seems even cute to me.
Maybe the environment is starting to affect you. I hope you won't turn into one of them right now. Did all this hypnotize you or something?
I don't even know. I hope I won't get absorbed by this atmosphere. If something's wrong, let me know.
Of course. Back in the ventilation again. We already dealt with Tom. Let's see who awaits us next.
Looks like a children's room. Maybe it belongs to Ben's kid?
You guessed it. It's a girl. I wonder what her name is and if Ben's children are facing the same fate of constant talking like he is.
While you were talking, we fell right into her paws. Why did we get teleported back? I don't think she's as mean as Tom right now.
I think so too. If she wanted to bite us, she would have already gotten out of this grid. It has huge gaps between the bars.
Oh, so we found out her name is Lily. I don't see her brother's room here. Very strange. Is there any point in keeping them so far apart? Guys, write in the comments if you have a brother or sister, and if you share a room together.
Yeah, what if something happened to her brother, and here we are just casually talking about it? Also, perhaps this is precisely why everyone has gone mad and thinks we killed him.
Dobie, you're back to inventing theories again. It's only distracting us from the main goal. I think things aren't as bad with this place as you imagine.
It seems we've entered the central ventilation system, which provides oxygen to the entire complex. We could leave a surprise here.
Let's tell the guys the story of how you and I saved the city from the animal pirates instead. This story began when rumors started circulating in the city about strange events. Animals began behaving unusually, as if under the influence of something invisible.
Many of them fell into a strange trance, and some even disappeared without a trace. Labrador and I began an investigation, and soon discovered that behind all this were animal pirates who were planning to take over our city.
Our suspicions were confirmed when we discovered that the animal pirates had struck a deal with a company from another city to help them create a device capable of controlling the minds of those around them.
These pirates were cunning and well prepared, with a clear plan. and the backing of another company made their threat even more serious. We realized that if we didn't stop them, our city would fall into their hands.
The local scientist helped us determine that their device emitted a sound at a frequency inaudible to animals, but capable of inducing hypnosis and controlling them. We realized that standard methods of fighting crime wouldn't work in this case. So, we decided to create a device capable of absorbing sounds at a frequency that regular animals couldn't hear, and that could help us locate and destroy the enemy's device.
Creating this device was challenging, but we collaborated with the scientists to overcome the task. When we finally completed it, we set out to search for the pirate device, which was hidden somewhere in the city.
We roamed all the streets and alleys listening to the surrounding sounds until we finally noticed a strange signal that our sound-absorbing device picked up.
Oh no! Looks like he woke up and saw that we escaped. We headed toward the source of the signal and discovered the pirate device hidden in the basement of one of the abandoned buildings. We quickly dealt with the pirates' guards and destroyed their device. Thanks to this, the city was saved from capture, and the residents could sleep peacefully.
Yeah, we were awarded the Order of Bravery and even featured in the news. How I love my job. And you?
I also love my job very much. Being a sheriff is very exciting. Every day we face many trials and adventures, which gives rise to more and more new stories. It seems like even a whole lifetime wouldn't be enough to tell you all of them.
Ouch! The ventilation grill collapsed under our weight, and we're tumbling down.
In real life, falling like that would hurt. Your tumbling down reminded me of how I went sledding down a snowy hill during my winter vacation. It was a lot of fun.
I also plan to fly to a snowy country for my next vacation and thoroughly enjoy the beauty of nature and the cozy atmosphere.
And in the meantime, we've reached another parkour section, but this time someone has set up trampolines for us. That's very kind of them. Without the trampolines, I don't know how we would have climbed so high.
Just a little more, and we'll reach that button. I can't wait to face the main boss of this map. I think it will be Talking Angela since we haven't seen her yet.
I think it will be Talking Ginger, because I haven't seen a female main boss yet, and we also haven't encountered Ginger yet.
What kind of nuclear reactor does he have in his complex, and why does he need it? I hope he doesn't plan to destroy all living things.
You know, Labrador, sometimes I wonder how we both ended up on this path. I wonder what led us to choose the profession of sheriff.
Yes, Dobie, that's indeed an interesting question. I remember being fascinated by stories of heroes protecting their towns and loved ones since childhood. Especially inspiring were the tales from my grandfather, who served as a sheriff in his town. How about you? How did you come to this choice?
For me, it all began when I was a teenager. I always loved helping people and felt a desire to do something meaningful. One day, I met a sheriff who came to our school to talk about his work. I was so impressed by his stories of protecting people and maintaining order that I immediately realized, this is my calling. Remember our first operation together? We didn't know each other that well back then, but even then, we felt like we could rely on each other.
Yes, it was a test of endurance and we passed it. But you know, Dobie, I think being a sheriff is not just about skills and abilities. It's also about the desire to serve your community, to be part of something greater.
Well said, Labrador. We chose this profession because we wanted to protect and assist. Every day, we reaffirm our choice by seeing how our work makes the world a bit better and safer.
So, here we are, at this moment. We've reached the door behind which the main boss of this map awaits. And we were wrong about the main boss. It's actually the giant robot, Ben.
Let's shoot him right in the teeth.
I'll try shooting at his legs. Maybe that's his weak spot and he'll fall down.
What a coward Ben is. He didn't even bother to put up a fight at the end, and just opted to make a giant combat robot.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's sitting in his chair right now, either asleep or watching TV with a mug of coffee in hand.
I hope it's not something stronger than coffee, and he's probably watching some football while we're here sweating. That's not fair.
Hooray! Congratulations to us. Leave us some congratulations in the comments. And now it's time for us to leave this crazy house of talking animals.
Hold on, but aren't we also talking animals? Maybe it's related to our abduction. They wanted us to be part of the app about talking animals too. Guys, would you play such a game?
You're back with your scary theories again. Look, our motorcycle won't start. It would be funny if it ran out of gas.
Guys, it's time for us to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed our escape from the talking animals.
Yes, don't forget to leave comments, like, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Also, check out our other videos and let us know what else you'd like to see us play.
Looks like duty calls. Off we go to another adventure.
What's happening again? I hope it's not an attack by the giant robot Ginger.
No, Angela.
Goodbye. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. Today, we will be escaping from the evil pot-bellied grandpa.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Sheriff Labrador, we better keep it down in case he wakes up and whacks us with his cane.
Stupid Dobie, you're yelling louder than me. Look, here's my photo. I'm afraid to think what he did with it.
What are you thinking, Labrador? I think he just printed it out to remember your face. Let's go before dinner time comes and he wakes up.
Let's just jump on his belly instead. You're scared of Dobie again. What can he do to us? His eyes even look in different directions.
Oh no, Labrador, I think we woke him up. Run!
It's okay, Dobie. That old poker is running at a snail's pace. But you'd better hurry up. You're too close to him. Don't fall behind.
I feel uneasy. My tail senses someone about to bite me from behind. The main thing is not to look back.
You're right, but we're almost there. I don't even know why that old man has so many dentures, and why doesn't he clean up the floor? It seems like he's tired of chasing us. Look at these strange photos. Why hang something like this on the wall?
We did it, Sheriff Labrador. Maybe he really loves to look at himself. Although, judging by everything, he hardly ever gets off the couch.
Look! What are those giant boogers on the fork? It doesn't look like broccoli. I hope he didn't bite into them. And there are no teeth of his fallen out inside.
If I'm honest, I adore broccoli. They taste like mushrooms mixed with sea kale. Write in the comments if you like broccoli.
What are you talking about, Dobie? Everyone hates broccoli. Let them rather write what they love to eat the most.
Everyone has different food preferences. If someone likes something that you don't, it doesn't mean that person is strange.
What? Did you see that? Why did I die? I didn't even touch him. Stupid developers. Let's just finish this. Let's calmly walk through these chattering broccoli. See the face of that old man ahead? Just go to him and don't look back.
See that guy? Why is he walking backwards? He's just distracting us. Phew, I stopped just in time. Spinach almost hit me in the muzzle.
I thought he was really just standing there waiting for us to pass these trials. Turns out he's so crazy he built his own giant iron copy and embedded it in the wall. But even your mom's bigger than him. Ha ha ha.
Watch out not to fall into the lava, Labrador, or you'll roast your sheriff outfit. They won't clean it off like last time when a seagull pooped on you. You tripped over a stone and fell into the city fountain. Ha ha ha.
Why are you speak off the cuff, Dobie? Maybe I should remind you of when you slipped on a piece of pizza and crashed into a lamppost. We had to pay for its repair too.
Very funny. But let's not get distracted, or you'll fall again. Let's ask the guys if they would like to see a video on our channel where we both play The Floor is Lava in Roblox. Write in the comments.
Why are you standing there, you goofball? I've already passed. Let's go further. Ahead of us awaits a conveyor belt with giant falling vegetables. Watch your head.
Once again, we are next to broccoli. Maybe you'll take a bite while you're next to it. I think you'll like it.
Where did you get lost there? Eating your broccoli again? We're in a hurry. Ahead of us is the room where we were at the very beginning, only now we're on top. I knew we just had to climb up to escape from him.
Sorry, they were very tempting. I couldn't resist. Look down. What's that pink stuff all over the floor? Maybe it's gum or jelly?
So, I'm Labrador, and my faithful partner is Dobie, the sheriffs of this wonderful city where something happens every day. But this day was truly special. It all started with rumors of strange experiments conducted in our city by a mad scientist. Everyone was tense, but no one expected that these experiments would lead to such a nightmare. This scientist, lost in the realms of science and madness, decided to experiment on jelly. Yes, you heard it right. On that sticky delicacy that each of us loves. He tried to improve it, making it more elastic. But alas, everything didn't go as planned. In one horrifying moment, there was an explosion that threw the scientist several meters back, and the jelly began to grow at an incredible speed. It covered everything in its path, threatening to flood our city. People ran in terror, screaming and praying for salvation. But I, Labrador, the sheriff of this city, couldn't allow this dreadful jelly to destroy everything we had built for so long. And I knew that my faithful friend Dobie was always by my side, ready to help. We moved forward. Our mission was clear: to stop this jelly at any cost. We swam through this sticky madness, my nose literally getting sucked into it, but we didn't give up. With my unmatched intellect and Dobie's nose, we found what fueled this jelly. Some strange reagent left by the scientist in his madness. We destroyed it, and the jelly began to melt, like falling snow. The city was saved. people came out on the streets again, and Dobie and I were proclaimed heroes of the day. But for us, the real reward was that we saved our beloved city from ruin. Thus ended our most incredible day, full of adventures and dangers. And, although no one will know about it firsthand, we know that we, Labrador and Dobie, the dynamic duo of canine justice, saved the world.
Amazing story, Labrador. Thanks for reminding us of it. But why did you bring a board with you? You can't slide down on it like on a sled.
I brought it for you, Dobie, in case you want to protect your pants.
Ha 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 ha! Very funny. Then let's talk about how you tore your pants when you climbed a tree to rescue a cat. The strangest thing was that the tear was in a very unexpected place. I hope the cat didn't get psychological trauma from what she saw there. Ha ha!
Let's not think about that right now. We're about to reach our main goal, to defeat that cheeky, pot-bellied old man.
Okay, Sheriff Labrador, let's focus on that. The main thing is not to repeat what happened a few minutes ago. Don't fall into the lava, ha ha! Look ahead, there are sod boards. Let me go first. I'm not as fat as you, so they won't break under me.
Look, Dobie, in the distance you can see that old man's lure, a golden prune. Strange choice. Why did he spend a lot of money on a dried fruit statue? Maybe it's because that old man himself looks like a dried fruit.
Why did that guy fall apart? He couldn't handle the upcoming challenge mentally. But I hope we'll succeed, Sheriff Labrador.
Dobie, let's finally finish this. Grab that prune and run. That way, we'll distract him with you, and I'll shoot at him with the bazooka.
Oh no, Labrador! It looks like he's hunting you instead of me. I'll try to distract him somehow.
Don't worry, he's very slow. Just make sure to dodge his big red laser. I don't want to find out how painful that is. It would be nice to have a bazooka like that. It would come in handy for major arrests. It even shoots backwards.
We're almost there. Let's push harder. I wonder how long it took him to make that giant suit and how he got inside it.
Yes, we did it. Great job. The world is saved from the crazy old man. We should celebrate, Dobie.
Hooray! Why did he just sink into the ground? Now that we're done, let me tell everyone an interesting story about how we saved the city from a virus epidemic. It all started on an ordinary morning. I went on duty with my partner, Sheriff Labrador. We noticed a sudden increase in the number of sick animals in the city. They were all complaining of weakness and fever, but no one could understand what was happening. We knew we had to act quickly, or the whole city could fall ill. I called our old friend Professor Ben, who worked in a secret laboratory outside the city. Ben had always been at the forefront of science and technology, and if anyone could help, it was him. "Hi, Dobie," said the professor. "It seems I have something that might help you. We've recently developed special visor glasses that allow you to see viruses in the environment." Labrador and I immediately went to Ben and received these amazing glasses. Putting them on, we saw our city in a completely new light. Viruses were everywhere, in the air, on surfaces, even on people and animals. "We need to find the source of the infection," said Labrador. His tail wagging with excitement, we began surveying the city, looking for clusters of viruses. The visor glasses showed that one of the abandoned houses was teeming with viruses. We cautiously entered and discovered an old laboratory where someone had apparently been conducting dangerous experiments. On a table, we found records indicating that someone had deliberately released the virus into the city. It was unthinkable. We gathered all the evidence and returned to the city to warn everyone and start cleaning the infected areas. "We need to isolate the infected and disinfect everything they might have touched," I ordered, and Labrador set out to coordinate the actions of the residents. Together with Professor Ben, we set up purification stations throughout the city. The residents, realizing the seriousness of the situation, began to help us. Labrador and I patrolled the streets, ensuring that everyone was safe. After several days of hard work, we finally managed to get the epidemic under control. The viruses disappeared, and our city became healthy and safe again. "You did a great job, Dobie," said Professor Ben, patting me on the shoulder. "Without you and Labrador, we couldn't have handled it so quickly." "It's our job," I replied modestly, looking at our beautiful city. "We're always here to protect those we care about." So, with the help of new technologies and a team of friends, we were able to save our city from an invisible threat. The visor glasses became a symbol of our victory over the epidemic, reminding everyone that even ordinary law enforcers can do great things.
Great story, Dobie, but it's time to say goodbye. We still have to save the world in real life. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. If you want us to play the scariest map in Roblox, leave a comment.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hi, guys. Today we entered the Roblox mode, Escape from the Inside Out 2 characters prison. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so you don't miss our adventures.
Hey, Labrador, have you seen the new Inside Out 2? This mode is straight from the movie. We have to escape from the prison guarded by characters from the film.
Yes, Dobie, I have. And you know what's the coolest part? We're right inside Riley's head. But something's wrong. All the emotions are furious and trying to stop us.
Ha! Look, there's Joy standing with the guards. Who is she gonna make happy if we're locked up here? By the way, we need to get through the maze of her memories to escape.
The memory maze isn't as joyful as it sounds. Look, Dobie, Sadness is doing something over there. She blocked our path.
Ha! Now we're stuck in a sad corridor. What do you think, Labrador? If we act sad, will she let us through?
Yeah, or maybe we need to cheer her up. Let's try a joke. Why can't Sadness find happiness? Because she lost it.
Oh, looks like she found it funny. The path is clear. Onward to anger.
Oh no, Anger's on guard. He looks ready to blow everything up. Okay, Dobie, let's think of a way to get past him.
Maybe we can distract him with something? Look, there's a button. If we press it, the fire alarm will go off.
Great idea. Press the button, and I'll figure out how we can get to the exit.
It worked. He ran off to put out the imaginary fire. We have time. Quickly, to the stairs.
The stairs lead right to Disgust. He's always unhappy about something. Maybe we can sneak past while he's not looking.
Ha! There's Disgust. Hey, Labrador, why does he always look like his shoe is too tight?
Dobie, stop joking. Let's run. We're almost at the exit. Look, all the characters from the movie are here. There's Joy, Sadness, Anger, Disgust, and Fear.
Joy is always cheerful and positive, but not today, apparently. She's guarding the main corridor. Looks like she won't let us pass. Let's try to make her laugh. Why does Joy always smile? Because her smile is contagious.
Ha, she didn't even notice. Oh well, let's move on. Oh look, there's Sadness. She's always so gloomy. Maybe she needs a good hug.
Maybe. Sadness looks like my dog at home when I go to work. Always sad and pining.
Ha, your dog would be Sadness's best friend. Okay, let's keep going. Here's Anger. He's red as a tomato and looks ready to explode.
Yeah, better not mess with him. He reminds me of my football coach when I forgot my gear for practice.
Yep, exactly. Hey, look, there's Disgust. She's always so squeamish about everything. I'm sure there are sticky obstacles in her area.
Yeah, her expression says it all. Reminds me of when I first tried broccoli.
Haha, Broccoli, the enemy of all kids. And finally, Fear. He's always so scared. We need to sneak past him carefully so we don't scare him even more.
Labrador, have you noticed that Fear's eyes are wider than an owl's? He'd be perfect for night shifts at a warehouse.
Oh, totally. Okay, let's move on. Oh no, there's a maze of memories. Dobie, be careful. It's easy to get lost here.
Ha! The maze reminds me of my thoughts in the morning. Confused and nonsensical. Let's stick together.
A great idea. We're almost at the exit. But wait, there's one more obstacle. Ahead are Joy, Sadness, Anger, Disgust, and Fear all together.
We'll have to combine our efforts. Hey, Joy, here's a joke for you. Why does Joy always smile? Because she knows everything will be okay in the end.
Great joke, Dobie. Now for Sadness. What does Sadness do when she's bored? She writes sad poems.
Anger. Why is Anger always mad? Because he doesn't have time to relax.
Disgust. Why is Disgust always squeamish? Because she sees the world through green glasses.
And finally, Fear. Why is Fear always scared? Because he knows there might be something scary around the corner.
Dobie, have you ever noticed that sometimes we get unexpected ideas and solutions? As if someone else is guiding our actions.
Oh yes, Labrador. I once felt unusually confident when I caught that clever thief on the corner of Baker Street. It was strange, like I knew exactly what to do at every moment.
Exactly. I think it's not just a coincidence. Remember when we watched Inside Out 2 and saw how joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust controlled Riley's emotions? I have a feeling something similar is happening to us.
That sounds incredible, but I can't deny that something strange is happening. How can we test this?
Well, let's try to recall some cases where our emotions played a key role. Remember when we saved that family from the burning house? I felt incredible courage and calmness then.
Yes, and I remember suddenly feeling immense compassion and determination at that moment. Maybe it was the work of sadness and joy?
Exactly. And what about the time when we exposed that crime syndicate? I was so focused and determined, that was definitely anger's influence.
And when we were on a mission in the forest and encountered a dangerous bear, I suddenly felt fear. But that fear helped me act cautiously and quickly.
It seems like our emotions really did help us in various situations. This is incredible.
But why is this happening? Why are the characters from Inside Out 2 controlling our emotions?
Maybe it's some unusual force, or just our imagination helping us better understand ourselves and our actions. But either way, it makes our job even more exciting and effective.
You're right, Labrador. I think with such an emotional helper in our heads, we can handle any criminals and save even more people.
Yep, and maybe we can learn to better control our emotions and use them to our advantage. Thank you, joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust.
Yes, thank you for your help and support. Together, we'll make our city even safer and better.
Dobie, remember that day when we worked as lifeguards on the beach? It was an ordinary summer day full of laughter and joy. But then everything changed.
Of course, Labrador. I remember noticing that big ship dock not far from the beach. At first, it didn't attract much attention, but then strange things started happening.
Exactly. It all began when a few kids came to us complaining that they felt sick after eating ice cream from that ship. At first, we thought it was just a coincidence or that the kids had overeaten.
But then it became clear that it wasn't just a coincidence. The number of affected people increased, and they all talked about the same ice cream. We needed to act quickly.
We decided to go to that ship and find out what was going on. As we approached the vessel, we noticed that they were actively selling ice cream. The line was huge.
When we boarded, we started asking the vendors questions. At first, they seemed friendly, but then they began to get nervous. I noticed they were hiding some boxes in the hold.
We asked to see those boxes, and it turned out they contained suspicious substances. We called the police and health services to check everything out.
It turned out that the ice cream was indeed contaminated. The vendors were arrested, and the affected people received the necessary help. Thanks to our quick reaction, we were able to prevent serious consequences.
I'm proud of how we handled that situation. We were able to save many people and prevent the spread of a dangerous product. It was a great example of how important it is to be vigilant and ready for any surprises.
Yes, Labrador, that day showed how crucial our work is and how important it is to pay attention to everything happening around us. Thanks to our resourcefulness and determination, we were able to prevent a tragedy.
Dobie, remember the day we had to fight a robot on a skyscraper? It was a real nightmare. I still can't believe that robot was shooting food.
Of course, Labrador, it was madness. As soon as we arrived, we saw the upper floors of the skyscraper covered in smoke and people screaming. And what kind of idea was it for the villain to use a robot that shoots food?
We quickly went up to the roof using the service elevator. When the doors opened, we saw a huge robot shooting burgers, pizzas, and other dishes directly at people. It was controlled by a villain in a black suit holding a remote control.
We had to act fast. People were panicking, and we had to protect them. I remember you said, Dobie, distract the robot, and I'll try to get to the villain.
You did a great job distracting Dobie. Your agile jumps and dodging flying food were impressive. I managed to get close enough to the villain and snatch the remote control from him.
But then the robot started acting on its own, and we had to come up with another plan. You suggested using the food against it. We began throwing back the same food it was shooting at us, right into its mechanisms.
It worked! The robot's mechanism started jamming and it slowed down. We took advantage of the moment and completely shut it down. It was incredible how we managed to handle such a threat.
After that, we arrested the villain and sent him to jail. It turned out he was a genius but insane scientist who wanted to create chaos in the city with his strange machine.
This case showed us that we should never underestimate our enemies and always be ready for the most unexpected challenges. We've proven once again that together we can handle any threat.
Yes, Labrador, it was indeed a crazy day, but we managed. Our city can sleep peacefully, knowing that we are always on guard and ready to protect it from any dangers, whether it's a food-shooting robot or something else.
Here we are at the final stage, Dobie. Just one last parkour challenge and we'll finally escape this prison of emotions. Are you ready?
Ready as ever. I see joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and even fear have all set up their final act. I hope we don't have to dance with joy on a flaming track.
Thanks, Dobie. And now we're flying out on the helicopter. It's time to prepare for the next adventure. Who knows what awaits us there?
Yes, the next adventures will be even more exciting, hopefully with less emotional trials. See you in the next game mode. Greetings, friends. I'm Sheriff Dobie, and today, along with my loyal partner, Sheriff Labrador, we are diving into an incredible adventure in Roblox in the Bori Prison Escape Mode. Hello, Labrador. Hello, Dobie. Hello to all our viewers. Today we have a challenging task: to escape from an underwater prison where the floor is made of water. It seems we've been framed and ended up here because of the merfolk. But no worries, we will find a way out. Yes, Labrador, that's right. This mode is a real test. Imagine a huge prison located underwater. Instead of the usual corridors and cells, there are massive aquariums filled with water where you have to swim to move around. Each cell has puzzles that need to be solved to progress further. Exactly, Dobie. And there are dangerous sea creatures here that will try to stop us. We will need to avoid sharks, electric eels, and even giant jellyfish. But the most difficult part is finding the keys hidden in various corners of this underwater prison. Precisely. So, our task is to find these keys, solve all the puzzles, and of course, uncover the mystery of who framed us and why. I'm sure we can handle this together.
And we need to stay alert because the merfolk might set traps for us. We must be cautious and always keep our ears pricked.
Absolutely right. So, are you ready for the adventure? Let's get started. Good luck to everyone. And don't forget to support us with likes and comments. We'll start with the first level, finding a way out of the cell. Oh, it seems we've already gotten out of the cell and into some strange place.
We're about to embark on a truly exciting adventure. One day, Dobie and I thought, what if we built a super rocket and traveled to all the worlds? We pooled all our knowledge, skills, and a bit of ingenuity to create this amazing machine. And now, the rocket is ready. Dobie, are you ready for launch?
Of course, Labrador. So, our super rocket, named World Voyager, is on the launch pad. We carefully designed it to withstand any conditions and take us to the farthest corners of the universe. Labrador, did you complete the final technical inspection?
Yes, Dobie, all systems are working perfectly. I checked the engines, fuel tanks, and navigation systems. We're ready for launch. All aboard, friends. Our first journey begins right now. Launch.
3, 2, 1, lift off! The rocket smoothly ascends. We pass through the atmosphere, and here we are, in open space. An incredible sight, right, Labrador?
Yes, Dobie, it's amazing. Our first destination is the moon, as it's the closest world to us. Within a few minutes, we've landed on the lunar surface. Everything is covered in dust, and traces of previous expeditions are visible. But what's this? Someone is coming towards us.
It's the moon inhabitants. They're friendly and have invited us to their market, where they sell unusual souvenirs and items made from moon rocks. We exchanged gifts and learned a lot about their culture, but it's time to move on. Where to next, Labrador?
Dobie, how about Mars? They say there are hidden cities there. We take off again and head to the Red Planet. After a soft landing, we see amazing Martian cities built under domes. These domes protect the inhabitants from the harsh conditions of Mars.
We met a Martian engineer who showed us his inventions. It turns out the Martians are developing systems to process Martian soil into useful materials. We took some ideas into account and set off again.
Our next stop was Titan, Saturn's moon. Everything here was covered with icy lakes and mountains. We put on special suits and went to explore the subglacial caves. In one of the caves, we met the Titanians, intelligent beings living under the ice and feeding on Saturn's energy.
The Titanians turned out to be excellent storytellers. They told us legends about their ancestors and showed us ancient manuscripts carved on ice tablets. We were impressed by their culture and peaceful way of life. Time flew by, and it was time for a new journey.
How about Venus? They say colonies living in the clouds have been recently discovered there. We took off and headed to this mysterious planet. Venus greeted us with a dense atmosphere, but we successfully made our way through it and saw giant floating cities in the clouds.
These cities were built on huge cloud platforms, and the Venusians turned out to be incredibly hospitable. They showed us their technology, which allows them to extract energy from cloud vortices and create artificial rainforests. We spent several days enjoying their hospitality and studying their achievements.
And now it's time for the farthest journey. We set course for Proxima Centauri, the closest star to us. This journey took several weeks, but thanks to our super rocket, we arrived safely. On one of the planets, we discovered an amazing world inhabited by cybernetic beings.
These beings lived in harmony with nature and technology. They showed us their advancements in artificial intelligence and nanotechnology. We were amazed at how they managed to create a perfect balance between life and technology. And so, finally, our journey came to an end.
We returned home, full of impressions and knowledge. It was an incredible adventure, and we're glad you friends were with us all this time. Our super rocket performed excellently, and we will definitely continue to explore new worlds in the future.
Thank you for being with us, friends. We learned a lot, saw incredible places, and met amazing beings. We hope you enjoyed our story.
I will tell you an amazing story that happened to us a week ago. There were so many incidents and calls in our town that Dobie and I just couldn't be everywhere at once. So we decided to take extreme measures and clone ourselves. Dobie, are you ready to tell how it all started?
All right. A week ago, Labrador and I turned to our old friend, Professor Tesla, who specializes in biotechnology. We explained our problem to him, and he suggested creating our clones. We knew it was risky, but we had no other choice.
Professor Tesla developed a special machine that could create exact copies of us with the same skills and knowledge. He assured us that the clones would act and think just like us. After a few hours of work, our clones were ready. We named them Dobie 2 and Labrador 2. The robbery was orchestrated by a gang known as the Dark Shadows. They were professionals, and it would have been tough for us to handle them. But our clones rose to the occasion. They infiltrated the bank through the ventilation system and managed to neutralize the robbers using their hand-to-hand combat skills and strategic thinking.
Meanwhile, Labrador and I received another call, a fire at a factory. We rushed there to help the firefighters. There were many people in the factory, and they needed to be evacuated urgently. Working together with the firefighters, we managed to save all the workers and prevent the fire from spreading to neighboring buildings.
During this time, Dobie 2 and Labrador 2 received a call about a hostage situation at a school. There were armed criminals on the scene, and the situation was very tense. Our clones started negotiating with the criminals while simultaneously devising a plan to rescue the hostages.
Using cleverness and negotiation skills, the clones managed to distract the criminals and secretly enter the school. They then neutralized the criminals and safely evacuated all the children and teachers. It was an incredibly brave and professional act.
Meanwhile, several more incidents occurred in our town. A jewelry store robbery, street races, and a highway accident. But thanks to our clones, we were able to handle each of them. Dobie 2 and Labrador 2 acted like real heroes, and people started noticing that the sheriffs could be in two places at once.
But not everything went smoothly. A few days later, we noticed that our clones were starting to behave strangely. They became more aggressive and unpredictable. Professor Tesla explained that the clones might begin to develop their own personalities and go out of control.
And then, one evening, our clones caused real chaos in the town. They decided they could become the new rulers of the town and started setting their own rules. We had to step in and stop them.
It was a tough battle. Our clones knew all our tactics and moves, but we used our wits and experience to outsmart them. In the end, we managed to neutralize them and bring them back to Professor Tesla.
The professor apologized for what had happened and destroyed the cloning machine. We realized there are no shortcuts to success and that we have to handle all challenges ourselves, relying on our own strengths and mutual support.
This was an important lesson for us. We understood that despite all the difficulties, true strength lies in our team and our ability to work together. Thank you for being with us, friends. We are always ready to help, and no difficulties will stop us.
A week ago, Sheriff Dobie and I used a teleport to travel to the future and the past. It all started when we received a mysterious device from our friend, Professor Tesla.
Professor Tesla explained that his new invention could move us through time. He gave us the task of testing the teleport and finding out how it could be used for the benefit of our town. We immediately agreed and began our journey.
First, we decided to travel to the past. We set the teleport to 50 years ago and found ourselves in our town when it was completely different. Old buildings, people in retro clothes, and vintage cars. It was all amazing. We met a young Sheriff Jack who became our mentor.
It was an unforgettable adventure, friends. We hope to use the teleport again to make our town safer. Thank you for being with us. Until next time, and new adventures.
Hello, dear friends. Today we will be escaping from the evil dog head.
But we won't just be escaping. We need to help the mama cat find her kittens. There are 7 kittens in total.
Don't forget to like the video. Well, let's get started. She says there will be monsters waiting for us, but we already know who they are. Maybe they'll see us and think we're one of them.
I hope we don't find out the answer to that question from inside one of them. But that would be amusing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They came out so suddenly, I didn't expect them around the corner at all.
Look, we found a purple key on the ground. That means there's a purple hole nearby. I mean, a purple lock.
We found it. It seems there's a spawn point here for a reason. Let's go in.
Okay, it seems you're right. We need to do some parkour, but if we fall, we'll be eaten by the giant evil dog head.
It's interesting how she got in here, considering the doors are so small.
Oh no, we fell right next to her. Luckily, she's clumsy due to her size. It must be very cramped for her here. I don't think she was put here intentionally. She was probably born and raised here.
I even feel a little sorry for her. It seems she's never even seen sunlight. That's probably why her eyes are red.
Phew, we landed very lucky on another parkour element, so we won't have to go back far.
Yeah, Sheriff Labrador. Luck is one of the main factors in parkour.
It turns out this block falls too. It's fortunate that having good reflexes gives you a chance not to fall.
Reflexes are indeed good, but it seems like it was too slippery there to get a grip.
Yeah, I also wanted to say that I think luck is needed all the time. Not just in parkour, but in life in general.
Rightly observed, Labrador. We've already passed the parkour. Somewhere around here is the lost kitten.
Here he is. Poor thing, sitting in the cage and crying. We need to quickly take him back to his mama cat. He might be hungry.
It seems we're headed into this portal. It wouldn't be cool to go through the parkour again in reverse.
Here's your little one, mama cat. Try not to lose track of them again. Now, let's go find the rest.
I hope this time it won't be as scary to find the key.
I'm afraid, Dobie, they might have gotten even angrier and called their friends so we couldn't rescue the others.
Yeah, let's try going left. Maybe there are fewer of them that way.
Wow, a banana. Maybe it's also some kind of special key.
It looks like it's a lure in case we get hungry.
Oh no, run! There are so many of them that the screen is shaking as they run.
When will we find the key already?
Here it is, finally. We found the key in the door right away.
Oh no, be careful. Go around them along the wall.
We managed to slip through. It's a good thing we're so agile.
I think there's a bone parkour here. I'm afraid to find out whose bones they are from.
Why is there a bone on the left if you can just... I got it. It was a scam.
Labrador, usually when people say scam, they mean an online deception for money.
Well, Dobie, now I know. By the way, what if the bones are here intentionally and they knew we'd come and gnaw on them? Did they think it would be so easy to bait us?
Unlikely. I have only one question. Why did they dress us up as cats? What if they had seen that we were dogs? They wouldn't have been hostile towards us.
Unfortunately, we won't find out because it's impossible to take it off. It's stuck.
I hear some sounds too. We need to get to the source. Maybe it's hypnotism for the kitten.
Perhaps. Here's the source, the head of the evil dog. It seems to be a fake. And in fact, it's a speaker.
It's emitting very strange sounds, as if it's a signal for aliens or a call for other crazy dog heads.
Hooray! Come on, little kitten. We'll take you back to your mom now.
I wonder where the father of these kittens is.
I hope he's safe. And those weren't his bones there.
Here's another kitten. Only 5 left to find.
Let's keep going and search for the keys.
It seems like this isn't a key. Why do we need a toilet?
This is a teleporter. It's strange that it's in the toilet. Maybe we're in the sewer.
Judging by the fact that we just jumped into the water, that's true. Oh, look, it's the evil doghead fish. How does its head not tip over?
It seems we need to somehow navigate around these air currents so we don't get pulled up towards the dogfish.
Yeah, I see a spot where we can swim through. The main thing is not to rush and hold our breath well.
Oops, looks like she can swim. I thought she was just standing still.
Hey, Labrador, what do you think this place is, and how did we end up here?
I have no idea, Dobie. It's definitely weird. Why are Mama Cat's kittens locked up in cages guarded by the heads of evil dogs? And why do we need to go through all these trials to reach them?
It seems they chose us precisely because they know we're the best sheriffs. Maybe these dog heads were once ordinary, kind dogs, but something went wrong with an experiment. Or they were intentionally made like this. But who and for what purpose could create such a strange place?
Perhaps it's the work of some mad scientist or a group of pranksters. Or maybe it's part of some larger experiment. Regardless, our priority right now is to figure out how to navigate through these challenges and rescue those kittens.
Agreed. It seems that each trial is designed to test our skills and problem-solving abilities. We'll save these kittens and uncover the mystery of this strange place.
Hold the kitten, let's go find the next one.
I hope they're okay and still alive after all this time. But I don't think kittens would taste good. Plus, they're small and bony.
Great, another key. The door must be nearby.
There it is. Hurry up.
All right, what's up this time? These trials are really exciting.
There is a lot of dirt and stones around. Are we underground?
Look, we stepped on some strange material and it disappeared right under our feet. Just hope there's no trap like in Minecraft when you dig below yourself.
I hope the kids aren't claustrophobic. Let's make the atmosphere a little less gloomy by telling the kids a story about how there was a feud between cats and dogs in town. But we managed to band together to prevent something terrible from happening. It was a tense time in our city. Dogs and cats were at each other's throats, constantly bickering and fighting over territory and resources. It seemed like there was no end to the animosity between them.
Indeed, Dobie. The situation was dire. The streets were filled with growls and hisses, and it felt like the city was on the brink of chaos. But then something unexpected happened.
One day, a series of mysterious disappearances occurred. Dogs and cats from all over the city were vanishing without a trace. At first, we thought it was just the usual conflicts escalating, but it soon became clear that something more sinister was at play.
We knew we had to act fast. Despite the long-standing animosity between our two species, we realized that we were all in this together. We couldn't let our differences divide us any longer.
So, we put aside our rivalry and joined forces to investigate the disappearances. Working together was challenging at first, but as we delved deeper into the mystery, we discovered evidence pointing to a common enemy.
Hooray! We saved a kitten! It turns out that a group of rogue animals, neither dog nor cat, was behind the disappearances. They were trying to sow discord among us, using our differences against us to further their own agenda.
But we weren't about to let them succeed. With the help of our fellow dogs and cats, we tracked down the culprits and put an end to their scheme. In doing so, we realized that despite our differences, we were stronger together.
How sneaky! There was an evil doghead waiting for us right behind the door. I'm very glad that now cats and dogs in our city no longer harbor hatred towards each other.
I completely agree with you. Look, we found a door and immediately found the key. Very convenient.
While we were looking for that door, we found another key. Since we found another door as well, let's go through this one.
Labrador, I just remembered another interesting story. I always love spending time in the forest, enjoying nature, and collecting mushrooms. One warm autumn day, I decided to go for a walk in the woods alone. Labrador was busy with city affairs, and I thought some solitude wouldn't hurt. As I walked along the narrow path, I relished the fresh air and the vibrant colors of the autumn leaves. Soon, I stumbled upon a clearing with magnificent white mushrooms, and I began gathering them into my basket. Suddenly, I heard a strange noise coming from deep within the forest and decided to check it out. As I got closer, the forest came alive. The tree branches seemed alive and were moving as if trying to grab me. In a panic, I started looking for a way back, but the path had disappeared. Gathering all my courage, I continued forward, hoping to find a way out.
Oh no, we made a mistake. We've been here before.
Suddenly, I stumbled upon a deep pit filled with water and saw a large bear heading towards it. I froze, not daring to breathe. While the bear drank, I slowly and quietly began to retreat. But one of the branches under my foot snapped, and the bear looked up, staring straight at me. My basket of mushrooms fell from my hands, and I ran. I dashed through the forest, avoiding branches, until I burst onto a familiar clearing where the path leading out of the forest began. My heart was pounding, but I kept running until I reached safety. When I finally emerged from the forest, I was exhausted, but happy to have avoided danger.
Very engaging story with an unexpected twist, Dobie. Thanks for sharing it with us. Well, we found another key and are hurrying to open the penultimate door. Let's hope everything's all right with the kittens.
I see him behind the glass wall. We need to figure out how to reach it.
It looks like we'll have to do some parkour on the rocks. By the way, it really reminds me of the floor is lava mode. Guys, be sure to check out the video about this mode on our channel.
I'd like to take this golden key and melt it down. It could fetch a pretty penny. Something tells me there's a spawn point here for a reason.
You're right, the evil dog eat us.
How I love my job. From the outside, it seems very difficult. To some extent, it is. But when the work is enjoyable for you, all the difficulties seem trivial. It's always fun when you have such a cool partner like you, Labrador.
Very kind words, Dobie, thank you. You're a great partner too. But it seems like this is the last kitten.
Old Mama Cat, never lose your kittens again. Our adventure is coming to an end.
Here we are, finally out of that dreadful place and having done another good deed. It feels so satisfying. Anyway, thanks to everyone for watching. Feel free to suggest more games for us to play in the comments. Like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. But for now, we won't say goodbye.
See you later.
Hello, friends. This is Sheriff Labrador, and today, Sheriff Dobie and I have found ourselves in a new Roblox mode called Escape from Ghostly Berry's Prison. Hi, Dobie. Are you ready for this spooky adventure?
Hi, Labrador. Hi, friends. Yes, I'm ready, even though it's a bit scary. This time, the ghosts have framed us and thrown us into a prison completely themed around ghosts. The prison itself seems alive, and the walls are whispering something mysterious. But we're not giving up, right?
Exactly, Dobie. As soon as we entered the game, we were immediately transported to a dark dungeon, illuminated only by the dim light of floating lanterns. You can hear moans and creaks everywhere, and the walls are covered with ancient runes glowing with a green ghostly light. It seems like there's more to this place than meets the eye.
Yes, it's definitely not simple. The first thing we noticed were the ghostly guards patrolling the corridors. These creatures can pass through walls and teleport instantly, so we'll need to be extra careful. And to open locked doors, we have to find keys hidden in the most unexpected places.
And that's not all. In some cells, we encounter traps that activate if you make a wrong move. For example, the floor might suddenly disappear, and you'll need to react quickly to avoid falling into a bottomless pit. Or ghostly hands might suddenly emerge from the walls, trying to grab us.
The doors in this prison are a story in themselves. To open them, we need to solve puzzles, figure out ancient riddles, or complete challenging trials that require agility and speed. In one of these trials, we had to navigate through a room filled with moving spikes and spinning blades.
And after all the trials, we finally reached the heart of the prison, the main hall, where Ghostly Berry himself resides. This huge, terrifying ghost guards the final exit. To defeat him, we need to use all the skills we've acquired along the way and outsmart his cunning traps.
Barry tried to scare us, appearing out of nowhere and creating illusions, but we didn't fall for it. We've already cleared the parkour and even escaped from that horrible ghost Barry, but the toughest challenges are still ahead of us. The battle with the main bosses awaits.
Dobie and I have an exciting story about our sea voyage that turned into a real trial. Hi, Dobie. Are you ready to tell everyone how we encountered sea monsters?
It all began when we decided to embark on a sea journey aboard an old ship we rented from an elderly captain. He warned us that the sea could be dangerous, but we were determined to explore uncharted waters and set off on an adventure.
We set sail early in the morning. The wind was fresh, the sun was shining, and our ship, the Sea Guardian, slowly left the harbor, heading into the unknown. The first few days were peaceful. We enjoyed the fresh sea air, watched dolphins playing alongside the ship, and even did some fishing. It seemed like nothing could spoil our journey. We encountered sea monsters.
But everything changed on the fourth day. The weather began to worsen rapidly. Dark clouds filled the sky, and the wind grew stronger. The waves started crashing against the sides of our ship, and the sea became much more turbulent. And then, in the midst of the storm, something huge and terrifying emerged from the depths of the ocean.
It was the Kraken, a massive sea monster with giant tentacles capable of wrapping around and sinking any ship. It suddenly rose from the water and its tentacles began reaching for our ship. We barely had time to order the crew to prepare for battle. The waves grew higher, and the ship began to rock like a nutshell.
The Kraken was incredibly strong. With one of its tentacles, it wrapped around our ship and started pulling it down. We knew we had to act fast. We grabbed harpoons and began attacking its tentacles, trying to free our ship. But the Kraken didn't give up. Its blows were so powerful that every time it struck the deck, it felt like the ship would split in two.
It was a real test. We managed to fend off several of its attacks, but then it grabbed us again, and this time we nearly fell overboard. At that moment, the storm reached its peak, and lightning began flashing above us, illuminating the Kraken's massive tentacles. But we didn't give up. We had to figure out how to defeat this monster.
Then I remembered the old barrels of gunpowder we had brought along for unforeseen circumstances. We decided to take a risk. While the Kraken was occupied with our ship, we prepared several barrels and secured them to the monster's tentacles. Once they were ready, we lit the fuses and ran for cover.
The explosions rocked the entire ship, and the Kraken roared in pain. Its tentacles began to retreat, and soon it released our ship. The monster disappeared back into the depths of the ocean, leaving only massive waves behind. We had defeated it, but this was only the beginning of our adventure.
After we dealt with the Kraken, the storm began to subside. We thought we could finally relax, but as soon as the sea calmed down, another silhouette appeared on the horizon. This time, it was a giant whale, but not just any whale. It was a Leviathan, an ancient creature spoken of only in legends.
The Leviathan was so enormous it seemed like it could swallow our entire ship whole. It began rising from the water, and its monstrous roar shook the air. We had to prepare for battle once again. But this opponent was different from the Kraken. It was smarter and more cunning.
The Leviathan started attacking us, creating massive waves that could easily capsize our ship. We grabbed our harpoons again, but this time we had to act even faster and more precisely. We started shooting at it, aiming for vulnerable spots, but its thick skin was nearly impenetrable.
At one point, the Leviathan dove underwater and we lost sight of it. Everything around us went quiet, and that was even more terrifying than its roar. We didn't know where it would strike next, but then the ship began to rise. The Leviathan was trying to flip us over by diving under the hull.
At that moment, we realized our chances were slim if we continued to attack it head-on. So, we decided to use a strategy of cunning. We distracted it with ship maneuvers, creating the illusion that we were weakening. And when the Leviathan tried to strike us again, we dropped the remaining barrels of gunpowder right under its nose. They exploded near its maw, forcing the beast to retreat.
After that battle, the Leviathan retreated into the depths, and we didn't see it again. We were exhausted but relieved that we had survived. Finally, the sea calmed once more, and the long-awaited shore appeared on the horizon. We knew that this journey had changed us forever.
Our sea voyage became one of the most dangerous and thrilling adventures we've ever had. We defeated both the Kraken and the Leviathan. But most importantly, we learned never to give up in the face of the most terrifying dangers. This adventure will remain in our memories forever.
Dobie and I have an intense story to share about our encounter with a truly dangerous opponent. This time, we had to battle a sand monster created by a mad scientist. Ready to start, Dobie?
Absolutely. This was one of the most perilous adventures we've ever faced. It all began when we received a distress call from a small town on the edge of the desert. The townspeople reported strange occurrences. Sandstorms had become more intense than usual, and people had started disappearing in the desert. It wasn't long before we discovered that something far more sinister was behind it.
We set out for the town and noticed something strange as we got closer. The sand dunes looked unnaturally smooth and almost artificial. When we arrived, the locals greeted us with frightened faces. They told us about a mysterious man who had recently moved into an old, abandoned laboratory nearby. This man was a former scientist, exiled from the big city for his dangerous experiments.
The townspeople said this scientist had lived in isolation for years, but had recently become active again. It seemed he had found a way to harness the desert sand for his evil purposes. We headed to his laboratory, which was surrounded by towering sand dunes and appeared abandoned. But as we got closer, it became clear that something was going on inside.
When we entered, we saw strange devices and glass tubes filled with glowing sand. In the center of the laboratory stood a large tank with something moving inside it. It resembled a living creature, but it was entirely made of sand. And that's when the scientist himself appeared before us.
The scientist looked old and haggard, but there was a fire of madness in his eyes. He immediately realized we had come to stop him and began boasting about his creation. He called it the Sand Titan. This creature was born from his scientific knowledge and dark magic. He claimed the Titan would be his weapon to seize control of the world.
He explained that the Titan was made up of billions of tiny sand grains, each controlled by his devices. The sand monster could change shape, become nearly invisible, and move at incredible speed by dissolving into the desert sand. We knew that if this creature escaped, no one would be able to stop it.
As soon as we tried to approach the scientist to stop him, he activated his machine, and the Sand Titan broke free. The creature rose from the tank and instantly grew to a colossal size, filling the entire laboratory. Its eyes glowed with a yellow light, and its form constantly shifted, as if searching for its perfect shape.
The Sand Titan began attacking us, thrashing around the laboratory and destroying everything in its path. Each of its strikes could have wiped us out. We realized that fighting it head-on was hopeless. We had to find a way to disable the machine controlling the Titan, but doing so amidst the destruction and chaos was nearly impossible.
It was a tough day, but we prevented a catastrophe and saved the town from a terrifying monster. Science in the hands of a madman can be dangerous, and it's our job to make sure things like this never happen again. Goodbye, everyone.